All right, all right, all right. So, I want to talk. Oh my gosh. Oh no, son of darkness or whatever. Nah, I'm not. No, I wanted to talk about inviting change in your own life and becoming the example you actually want to be remembered for. I live with victims. And I have zero forgiveness. Like, I've talked about it. I don't like if anybody who makes an effort to improve their situation, I fully support. I give it to anybody, literally anybody. Um, back in gym days when I would go to the gym, I wouldn't like go out of my way or whatever, but like if I saw somebody that is starting their journey on getting healthy, no matter where they're at. And you can kind of tell, if they're like new at the weights or trying to figure out an equipment or something. I like to jump in and see if I can help and, always leave something encouraging. It's like, dude, I love seeing somebody choose health. Thanks for that. Like, I am the biggest loudmouth supporter. I can't really do that right now because I don't have any people like making healthy decisions. I don't see that around me at all. And that is, be the change you wish to see in the world. Be a change that you want to feel. In my darkest areas, when I was, really fighting PTSD symptoms and having nobody and not getting guided at all, just being left to my own devices and being like, oh, okay, well, I hope I survive. I was doing the work. I was doing the stuff. I just couldn't feel it. There was no good emotion, kind of no matter what, but especially around people. I'm not going to get into it because that portion hasn't changed. The only thing that has is this is on now. And thank God for that, because it is literally the only reason I'm still alive. It's that bad. The needs of the heart are so much more important than anything else. The Beatles weren't entirely wrong when they said all you need is love. It's not all or nothing. You do have other needs. But the way we tend to, in America especially, downplay the necessity of emotional well-being is so damaging. I was making the choices to feel the way I wanted to feel. I just wasn't able to get it. That's different. What I'm seeing here is learned helplessness. And I don't have patience for that, and I'm not going to help. I do not coddle, I do not teach, I do not hold hands. And how does that go with what I just said about being a loudmouth supporter? You have to put in the effort first. You really do. You don't get to decide that I am not trustworthy because you get offended because you refuse to understand anything. Literally any time I have brought up spirituality without being like poster child Mormon, seriously, I have been met in my own home with complete resistance. They absolutely will not accept it. It's the same thing. Like, I literally echo and align with Christ completely. So, like, they never knew him. And that's hard because it just is. I wish everybody could feel this. That's kind of why I share what I do and put as much care into what I do as I do. I don't hear any of it. I don't need praise, but I do need to be cherished. There's a difference. I'm taken for granted for the effort that I put in. That is the difference. I don't know learned helplessness, and I refuse to support it. I refuse to acknowledge it as even valid. And I'm not gonna. So these people are dead to me. They decided to just, veg out. Like, this is life, and there's no other option. And, oh no, Brian's being an asshole again, or Atlas is being an asshole, or whatever they want to call me. It's meaningless. They don't respect at all. They make no effort in respect. If you're not even willing to call somebody what they prefer, I've been over that. I need to be worth remembering to people that are going to claim love. Like, lying about love is an absolute deal breaker, and I put up with it for way too long, and I'm sorry that I did, because it's not right. So, it's whatever. They chose to become strangers. My family, my kin, my feathers, we put in effort. We understand what we want to feel, and we know that, okay, even if it takes a while, there's still efforts that we can make. They don't. And that's not okay. It really isn't. It's so not okay. Because, if one person is putting in effort and the other person is just like convenience, but if we can get excuse to not better, what's a word for that? I would like a word for that, because mine is bullshit. Is there a kinder one? Should there be a kinder one? Zero effort. No demonstration of understanding on any level. I've watched all your videos. No, you haven't. There are some that literally say no views. So why do you lie to my face? Okay. So no, you don't. So what about the minuscule things that I've asked to do? But no, it's just resistance, because you've decided I'm an enemy. That's not okay. You put in zero effort to change your own situation, to make yourself feel better. What do you want to feel? What do you want to experience? Do you even know that? Or are you just seriously a goddamn vegetable that is ruining my life and preventing it from, like, my needs getting met? Of the heart, of being valued, of being cherished, of being understood. So what could we do differently? What would I like to see people do? Take the Atlassian Oath. It's that simple. Just repeat it every day. I do. It's empowering. There is power in those words. So I like some new ones too. Love is too much for some people, and I get that. And for a lot of just like basic stuff, like what is the Atlassian Oath for, like hanging out with your bros? Because I don't want to cherish. I get it. Yeah. Love and respect are interchangeable to me. Remember, so it's like they're kind of different knots on the same thread, right? So where there is love, there has to be respect first. Where there is cherish, there has to be gratitude first. Yeah. So that's really the change. And to try to empower yourself and encourage yourself to just say something different. Say something on purpose instead of just being a victim all the time. I have zero patience for that. So I asked a question just now. Just, try something different. And I was like, okay, well, why is this more valuable than your son? There was an immediate response. It's a reaction. And it falls on deaf ears. Like, I just wanted to see what would happen, and it's the same bullshit. Like, they're still, like, vacant. So, like, all right, just wanted to check the pulse real quick, and there's nothing. Okay, so what would best case scenario be? It's impossible to cherish somebody that you don't even, like, acknowledge as possibly being valuable. You decided I'm an enemy. I never made you guys an enemy. I just refuse to be dishonest. And I guess that's threatening. I will never understand why. The truth only hurts if you're living a lie. I've understood that for a very, very, very long time. I've never understood lying. There's no advantage. There really isn't. Apparent, maybe. But, anyways, best case scenario, a person wakes up, and it's not hard. It's kind of what I do throughout the day, really. It's like, okay, well, I have a good story. It's a bad mushroom trip. So my second, no, it was beyond that. I don't know numbers anyway. One of my girlfriends, Danny, shared a story once. I wasn't there. This was her thing. She had a friend who was having a bad trip on mushrooms, and she gave a good piece of advice, and it really stuck with me. It's just like, okay, pretend you're in a maze, and just put your left hand on a wall, boop, and then just follow along, and eventually you'll get out. It's like, you know what, that's pretty brilliant. She's a really smart person. Got along with her well. Her mind is fucking fantastic. She was so fun. Just wrong timing. I was not in it for the right reasons, and I don't think either of us were at that stage, but it's fine. We had some fun. But it's okay. We shift, transition. But that might have planted a seed for this when I actually had a bad trip. See, I used to be an emetophobe, which is like being afraid of vomiting and vomit and anything dealing with it. I'm not afraid anymore. I still have the same powerful aversion. I hate the shit. I want nothing to do with it. And if you try bringing it up in conversation or around me on anything, you're an instant enemy. Like, it is. Like, it is just a deal breaker to me at this point. It's been brought up so many times by so many people. I fucking can't deal with it. Don't. Just do not. Okay? It's disgusting. It's never relevant. I don't need to know. Fuck off. So, understood? Understood. Anyway, I was feeling a little queasy, and so I noticed that anxiety was kind of taking over. And the colors were getting sickly, and it was just not great. How this translates into what I'm saying is best case scenario is you have power all the time. It's here. What you tell yourself consistently, what you see in other things to prove it, confirmation bias, okay? Not necessarily a bad thing. That's another topic. Way too much. So I was starting to feel, sick and whatever. But I thought to myself, can there be a way out? So start there. Can there be something different? Can there be a different experience for me? Can there be something different that I get to feel? And that answer is yes, period. There is always different. You can always do something different than go from one chair to a different one. And poor me. And I cannot sympathize with that, and I refuse to. Like, literally all you do is the same shit every day. You never try anything different. There is zero, conscious effort. There's zero consciousness. So I'm like, yeah, okay, well, whatever. Sucks to be you, but it affects me, and I'm not okay with that. So, how to not be a burden on other people is to take care of yourself. This is self-compassion. Okay, so I am love, I choose compassion. Do it for yourself. Make sure that your cup is upright and grateful. This comes back from my probably cashier days at Lee's, way back. And so I just wanted to find a way, not having an autopilot. Okay. That's just kind of give your autopilot different coordinates. Get out. That's kind of the step one. I can't. They won't. So anyway, hopeless situation, because they decided they're victims. They decided I'm an enemy. They decided shit that is totally false. All of it. They're believing false, and they see no way out, and it's just life. Oh no. No sympathy. Absolutely none. And I never will. So you don't show compassion to yourself. You have an overturned cup. You're not even trying. And that is what pisses me off, because if I'm sharing things of enormous value, life-changing material, and you're just like, no, that is meant to be savored. So again, I don't pour on empty cups. That's why I'm a dick. Apparently. So I gave that up. You lost it, because zero questions, zero curiosity, zero consciousness. It's like, I refuse to play for the brain dead. I'm not going to do it. If you're going to listen to my music, if you're going to be a fan, then you do stuff. It affects you. You let it in, and you let it transform, and you change. If you're not willing to do that, you are not a fan, and I will not recognize you. Fair? Fair. I expect action. So you're going to start with, I am love, I choose compassion. Okay, great. So when I was at the store, and, hey, how are you? That's where what it came from, is I didn't want to say fine or whatever. Nobody wants to do that anyway. Like, I used to struggle with, okay, well, how can I be honest, but... Well, I decided on an absolute truth. Okay, well, I am standing up. That's a good thing. I have strength in my legs. I have good posture. I have a body that's healthy. I have so many good things to be grateful for. So first and foremost, I am upright, which is awesome. And then, no matter what, this is kind of the genius of the Atlassian Oath. I am love, I choose to cherish. Okay, well, what do I want to feel? What is a genuinely and universally good feeling no matter what? Gratitude. And there's always something to be grateful for. So I am upright, I am grateful, period. Turn your cup. Make sure you're upright and receptive to gratitude. If you're not, then it is pearls before swine, and I refuse to pour into that cup. No empty cup, no overturned cup. Or, well, empty cups, yeah, obviously. I will make sure you're full, as long as your cup is upright and grateful. Graciously receive. That's what we kind of intuitively expect when we give compassion as well. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste yours either. So if you're willing to listen and try, I'm grateful already. I'm a grateful recipient. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to try because I want to cherish. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, curious. I'll get back to the bros things. I know I've got a lot of stuff in the air, so bear with me. But I also just kind of gave the answer for the bad trip. So when I was in that bad trip, in that bad state, okay, great. What are some things that I can be grateful for right now? And it flipped everything. Okay, flipped everything. I don't have the painting anymore. I had a PTSD attack and a PTSD attack, and I put my knee through it. And I am very sad about that because it was my favorite painting. So anyway, I was in the Edge Hill apartment at the time, and I was looking around the room. And all I wanted to do was notice the object and then let whatever surface. Whether that was a memory or the person that gave it to me or the person who did it or made it or whatever, or, just whatever it was. So that painting really stood out. And then I thought of memories of the artist and her wonderful spirit and talent and the story behind it. It was one of the most difficult that she broke. I feel so fucking bad about what happened to it. I really do. I know that it's technically just a painting and she could do it again, but seriously, dude, that's her heart. And I feel bad. But I thought of our conversations and why are shower farts literally the worst? You're clean and it should be, I remember that and I don't know why. But so that helped. Being what it is with mushrooms, I saw the colors and the washes go from sickly to clear. Vibrant. So I looked around even more and I did, object to object. Just, I'm grateful that that exists in my life. I'm grateful that it adds beauty. I'm grateful that it adds this experience. I'm grateful that I had the experience of procuring it in the first place and getting to know the artist and talk with her and, be able to have weird conversations like, you know what I notice when you're in the shower and you're all clean and then one escapes and you just want to die. Like, yeah, dude, I do. So, yeah. And it just went back and forth to different things, and I pulled myself out. The point is, learned helplessness is bullshit, and you need to get yourself out of it. I refuse to help. I refuse to help, because that is right here. Everybody has that power. That is willingness. That is willingness, and the ability can get better. Like, it is literally just the willingness to try. The willingness to say, you know what, I'm sick of feeling this way. I'm tired of being a goddamn victim. What can I do to maybe make my situation a little better? That's it. Start there. You can find things immediately. And it only gets better if you want it to. So, I got to tie the end. tie the knots with the bros, Atlassian Oath. So, this is, just a softer one. This is respect-based, not love. So I am respect. So I choose life. Never changes. Always choose life. Always choose life. Okay? And choose to respect it. Choose to be respectful, right? Always be honest, always be respectful. This is baseline. Everybody does the respect Atlassian Oath, period. That is absolute. So I am respect. Therefore, I give gratitude. I recognize value. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay. So the emotional, because this is important to give to people. We all want to be recognized in everything, so we give it, right? We are willing to give what we want to receive. Our cups are upright and grateful. We are gracious recipients. So, to get there, the actions from, a respectful and respectable person. I am respect, I choose life. I am respect, I recognize value. And I show it. I prove it. Mental is the same. You got to be willing to listen and try. So I am respect, therefore I choose to understand. That one's unchanging, and so is the bottom one. I am respect, I choose compassion. Again. Now, if, say somebody has an open cup, but it's not full of gratitude, don't worry about it. I'm not like, I'm giving a little bit of advice to get better results than average, and, that's it. So upright and grateful. Be a gracious recipient for compassion. If somebody is willing to give you your time and their time to listen and try, then that's a really good thing. I don't know what that feels like. I have forgotten completely. It's gone. Yeah, I don't know what it's like to have a friend. I really don't. I have zero context anymore. It's totally gone. I have been that disconnected, that isolated, and that disrespected for that long. I don't know what it feels like to have a friend. And I am a really good one on purpose. So that's a little fucked up. It's very fucked up, actually. But, I just hope that, that helps instigate a positive change for you in your own life, because look, you are the master of your own ship. You really are. So there's no such thing as learned helplessness. It's horseshit. Get out of it. Don't buy it. One of the biggest things that I notice is nobody challenges their assumptions. That's why I ask so many questions, because nobody fucking does it for themselves. They just take things lying down all the goddamn time. Oh yeah, Christ died for my sins. Okay, then I get to make them. Fucking goddamn sake. No! Focus on what he actually taught. It's what he's going to be known for, because I uncrucify him permanently. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get rid of all the example crosses too. And I know that kind of throws a weird thing in my Darwin needle, but Ken Rex McElroy. That's how we do it. So the city of Skidmore, Missouri, I believe, right? That's the name. I'll look it up. But the long story short is they had a real fucking douchebag. And eventually the town got together and was like, we're done. And it was brilliant. So like 2 or 3 people, it was kind of like firing by committee. So he died. Somebody knows, but it's a wink and a nod. They'll never tell. I love that. So with the Darwin needle, yeah, it's kind of funny, but also it's already just tied to evolution. So those of us who know who the examples are, we'll take it to our graves. It's fine. Future generations don't need to know that name. It's already tied to a lot of really cool things. My favorite is the trump cards of the major arcana. Instead of being embarrassed about names or mustaches or something, give it back to Charlie Chaplin. Don't let that fucker take it. It's not a Hitler mustache. That belongs to fucking Charlie Chaplin. Yeah, dude. Give it back to where it fucking belongs. Make things right. See, that's kind of what it means to be a peacemaker, and why this is all so relevant. Is we can change our situation, y'all. We really can. All it takes is that mindset of getting out of learned helplessness and realizing that, like, the quality of life matters, and this guy is spitting truth. He really is. I'm going to try it on. If he says that I get better results by making my cup upright and grateful, I'm going to try that. I want to be a gracious recipient. Who the fuck doesn't? It can only lead to great results. Like, if you are, like, opening your arms to reality and being like, I want the good stuff. I am here for it. I'm not going to close myself off. I'm not going to, like, overturn my own cup. Oh, hell no. Nah, dude. I'm not going to, like, limit myself. I'm not going to... Nah. That ain't me. I'll let that be some stupid bitch that we're going to throw into tundra. Like, if you want to waste your life and be in learned helplessness and be a victim, there you go. Dreams come true. There are better options, though. And it starts here. So it starts with you. Look, thank you for being here, first of all. I like my little tagline. It came naturally, by the way, and then I just saw it a couple of times. I'm like, you know what? I really like that. Thanks for being here. Let's do this. So this is the love sign, in case you didn't know. As a rock musician, this is how I do it. We start with the devil horns, yeah, no, but we evolve and we open up to show the contents of our heart because love fucking rocks. Yeah, dude. So that's that. Expect that it shows. Sorry, expect that it shows. But it starts with all of us individually deciding, I want better. I can have better. We leave deserve and everything out. That's games. That's mind games. That's oppressive shit. We don't play that game. Oh, hell no. We're peacemakers. We change the situation in a way that needs to change. Okay? How can we influence peace today? How can we influence our own experience to be something that we want to experience instead of just assuming that everything's impossible? Don't take shit lying down. World peace is not only not impossible, it's literally the only option we have for a future. That's how I think, because it's true. You want to survive? Great. This is it. Like, you have to. And it benefits everybody so greatly. That's the thing. Like, I'm here to free. So it starts with all of us. And so thank you for being along for the ride and doing your part in the meaningful way. I'm just brutally honest. And I love that about me because I used to be afraid of telling the truth. But you know what? I can't afford not to. We can't afford not to. We need to be honest. We need to be respectful. But you know what? I'm honest first and foremost. If somebody's going to earn swearing, if somebody's going to earn insults, I'm not going to hold back. You earn the words with me based on your actions and your level of effort. period. If you're not willing to do anything to make your situation better, fuck that. So thanks for not being one of those examples. Thanks for choosing to be one that's actually worth looking at and following. Like, seriously, do you wake up every day and be like, oh no, I have no control over my entire situation? Don't be that. You do. You have way more than you think. So think better. Think like me and you will get really good outcomes. I only focus on the quality of life. So start with a cup that is upright and grateful. Make sure you're not overturned. That's the problem with my former parents. That's their issue. They refuse to turn their own cup over, and that's why I refuse to go gentle on them. It's been fucking years. Overturned cup, autopilot. They refuse to even try to think that they can influence anything for the better. And they're so wrong. So wrong. Do not be like them. So thank you for not. Thank you for being the change the world actually needs with me. Thank you for being here. Let's do this.